Welcome to Strange Glow Video. My name is Justin.
I'm Alec.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call.
Who the f*** answers their phone during the middle of a podcast?
Hello. It's my roommate. Who is this?
I hear you don't like the Scream movies.
No, I don't like the Scream movies. They're awful garbage.
Well, you prefer Jason Voorhees.
Well, yeah. He's much cooler with the hockey mask and the zombie skin and the machete.
All right. Don't break an arm jerking off Jason Voorhees. I get it. So, Nick, what's your favorite pornographic movie?
Nymph Fever 4.
That's a good one. I like it. My favorite is Godzilla vs. the Pussy Monster.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of a podcast right now.
All right. I'll let you live. You got good taste in titty flicks. Have a good night. Have fun reviewing Scream 4.
You're not going to kill me?
No.
Thank you.
I love you.
Yes.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
My roommate.
What kind of asshole takes a call in the middle of a movie? That was not your roommate.
Yeah, what was that all about? Like,
I tell my roommate I love him.
Can we move in?
Maybe.
no, really though.
So tonight we're going to talk about Scream 4, if you already didn't catch that.
From 2011.
Welcome back to Haunted by Tapes.
2011. This is the first large gap they had in the Scream franchise.
Yeah, 11-year
Not a large
gap,
enough gap.
10-year in the universe. Let's talk about Kevin Williamson for a minute, who wrote Scream 1, Scream 2, not Scream 3, but actually he did write a draft of it, and then it was rewritten by someone else.
Interesting.
Which actually, the Scream 4 also had a bunch of rewrites because of the Weinsteins not liking Kevin Williams' shit. So he did the original draft and is still credited on Scream 4.
Weinsteins.
And
Yeah, fuck
there
those
were like
guys.
fucking a bunch of other rewrites and shit done. So much so that Hayden Panettiere almost didn't come back. Almost like quit.
Oh, quit because it was
Like in the middle of
so much
filming?
fucking
Like before
Welcome to
filming began, I
Strange
think, but I'm not
Glow
100%.
so getting cast and then just dealing with those shenanigans.
Yeah,
The world.
exactly.
So
Heroes.
this was Wes Craven's final film he directed.
Exactly.
Did he retire?
Yeah, he retired all right from life.
I was going to say he kind of retired because he died.
You know, we covered Signs recently. You know who was in that?
Mel
One of
Gibson.
our other favorite Culkins.
Rory Culkin.
Rory Culkin. Rory Culkin.
That was him.
And Emma Roberts is pretty great in this. It's some of our leads we're talking about here. Hayden Panettiere, we already mentioned. Nev, Courtney, and David. Obviously, we don't need to. We all know they're back for this one. Some interesting casts in this. Anthony Anderson, which is funny because he's in Scary Movie 3 and 4.
It's amazing that he's in this because of that. That's what makes his role
So
so
meta.
Adam Brody, who had been in Jennifer's Body a couple years prior.
He was in Jennifer's Body.
He's the band member that is the cult that fucking kill and sacrifice Jennifer to make her a demon, basically. And then she goes and kills them later. It's pretty sick.
He's just wearing a lot less eyeliner in this movie.
Yeah. Mary McDowell from Independence Day and Donnie Darko plays Kate, Jill's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the aunt.
Yeah.
Aunt.
Aunt. Oh, yeah. Yankee? Or no, wait.
Oh,
The
and then
South says it. Aunt.
Mary Shelton, who you might recognize as Wendy Peppercorn
Oh, yeah.
What's that? Who's that?
from Sandlot, the lifeguard. You're killing me, Smalls. See what I did
Fucking
there?
perfect. And he's really serious over here. He's like, who?
Peppercorn?
Can't forget Allison Brie.
Peppercorn. And well, Mary Shelton is also in Planet Terror as Dr. Black, Josh Brolin's wife.
Nice.
Which is, again, interesting because Stab Later is directed by Robert Rodriguez, who directed Planet Terror with her in it. but Heather Graham is in that one, and they look a lot alike.
So meta.
Yeah. It's very
Really
fascinating.
getting down to the point. I said Alison Brie, you probably know her from Glow or from Mad Men. She's done a bunch of other shit. Mm-hmm. She's pretty prolific. This is one of my least favorite roles of her because she's such an asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
Lots of other stuff she plays somebody more likable, or at least somebody with like some sympathetic attributes. This lady's just a fucking jerk.
Trevor is portrayed by Nico Tortorella, who is
Tortellini.
a gender fluid and has been on RuPaul's Drag Race and all this stuff, but plays like the straight jock character in this, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
the girl's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Ex-boyfriend.
the kid who plays Robbie, the kid with the camera on his head the whole time, he's in Saw 2. He's the kid in that movie, the whole movie. He's also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Interesting.
which also is another movie with Kieran Culkin in it.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Look at this connections, baby. It's fun to talk about. At least it is for me. Everybody else is like, this is terrible.
I think you don't want to forget the Culkins, right?
So that's just talking about the cast here. Let's talk about the opening to this movie, which...
The opening to this movie is fucking so over the top absurd. Like, you almost get mad at it, but you're like, this is just fucking brilliant because it's too much fun.
Well, it
it's not
starts-
taking itself seriously. I love that.
It starts with stab 6, which is actually stab 7, which is actually Scream 4 watching stab 7, watch stab 6.
Yeah, so Sherry and Trudy are the characters in Stab 6, which are
Yes.
being watched by Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin.
And stab 7.
Exactly. Chloe and
And I'm
Rachel.
trying to think, was this when Anna Paquin was doing True Blood? Was that like right at the beginning of this, like the overlap there? So she was doing the cameo.
I
to
feel like
be,
True Blood existed before 2011, and it might have still been going, though. But
No,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it was. I feel like that's why she was cast like as
I never
this
watched
cameo.
it, though.
I've watched part of the first season. It's
She's good in The Squid and the Whale. You thought I was going to say X-Men, didn't you?
The Squid and the Whale is a fucking
Brian Singer
phenomenal
directed that,
film.
as
We
we
need to
mentioned
actually
before.
cover that. I love that movie.
We will eventually. It's written by Noah Baumbach, who also directed The Marriage Story and helped write several Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, that's why it has very many Wes Anderson vibes to the directorial style.
Yeah, although it definitely feels like it's a real universe and not fairy tale land like some Wes Anderson stuff.
Yes.
But that's what we love about it. But anyway, then they shut off the movie and Jenny and Marnie, which is the actual universe. But you're not necessarily even convinced at this point. You're like, all right, how many times am I going to do this?
I got a tickle in my anus.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
You gotta click a button.
I wish I had one for that.
Butt scratching? No, I don't think there is anything. If you're just listening to the audio
I find it's
podcast,
best to stay out of other people's affairs.
you may not have
I'm gonna
seen
sniff my
Nick lean
fingers now.
forward to scratch his butt.
No, my butthole.
Did you not get a clean wipe
Had a
through earlier? You need a wet wipe? to
Tickle in
clean
my
up?
anus. I'm gonna start getting some of those flushable wipes and try them out.
Those are not actually flushable. Don't do that.
What do you mean? They say flushable right on it.
Don't fucking do that. You'll spend out the ass on your sewer bill.
Well, somebody will. My roommate. My roommate that just called.
So you two you two
Perfect
use flushable
opportunity.
wipes.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally get to the real world, and you're like, okay, is this really? Are we finally there?
I love
But
that.
no, it's stab 8.
Isn't one of them's killed off screen, right?
Yeah.
Like, kind of just implied.
Like,
He's like,
between
oh,
phone
she's
calls.
dead already. Yeah.
Between phone calls, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she disappears.
Which is kind of lame, but like, whatever.
yeah, she's assumed dead, but it kind of throws off the kill count. Like, do I count someone that didn't?
They tried to make this one more
Yeah,
character
I'm
driven
sure she's
than
dead.
2 and 3. They thought that it kind of just like lost its little bit of ness, but it's fine. I like Axel F being Dewey's ringtone. That's funny. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, I love that. As the fact that he's a cop and it's the throwback.
Ba-dum, boom, boom.
He's a sheriff.
Yeah,
some
no,
sort
I
of
like
law
this for him.
enforcement.
This is Dewey in top form. When you see him in 5, it's depressing,
This
man.
is top form.
Yeah, because
This
he's
is
not
the-
limping. He's gone through physical therapy. He's married to Courtney Cox, and he's fucking her nightly, and he's living in a nice house.
Yeah, this is
Living the
peak of his
dream.
life. Anything before this or after this is all trash for him.
In Scream 5, he's an alcoholic who beats off to his ex-wife on television.
Living in a trailer and he fucking dies.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's the worst part of
He doesn't
about
even
that.
get laid again before he dies when she shows up. Like,
No.
he sees her talks to her.
He dies with a loaded weapon. He doesn't
Fucking
even
brutal.
get to fucking take that thing to the firing
That's because he
range.
can't. I know he can't fucking hit anything.
So Sydney is finally. This is the one movie that's kind of. This is one thing I do find out of place because she wants no publicity about all of her shit throughout the first 3 movies. She's vehemently against it in 2 and in 3 even.
But now she's Dr. Loomis in Halloween 2.
And she's writing a book about it. And then in Scream 5, she's back to not giving a fucking wanting any part of it.
Would they imply that her book is more about finding the positives to your life?
Yeah, well,
based
it's not
off
like
Dewey's
she's writing
quote.
about the murders. She's writing about how she.
Out of the Darkness.
It's coping with trauma, right?
And then she has her
basically.
little
Yeah.
book reading.
by Sidney Campbell.
But yeah, that is off.
And then,
Pudding
as
for
he
her
pulled his
character.
swollen member out of me, I could feel the fluids drip onto the floor. Hot, wet smacks.
Is that
I
like
should be a writer, huh?
Is that like the hot wax drip you put on your at the end of a car wash? You know, the hot wax before the final rinse.
I don't think so, Tim.
You don't think so? Okay, I was asking. I don't know what goes on in the world when I'm not around. Plenty of people exist and do things. that don't
The
involve
phones
me.
are going crazy in the classroom in school. And,
You know, the
they're
most
like-
unrealistic part of this is all these fucking assholes answering phones, even at this point in 2011. Who the fuck answers their phone?
in 2011, I think more people were, but most of them were also checking texts and stuff. And it was like,
Yeah.
I answer phone from like 5 people, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, if they're calling, I'm like, all right, I'll try to answer.
If you're
that.
not on my fucking favorites list, chances are I'm not answering your fucking phone call.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that, right?
So Deputy Hicks is all like wanting that Dewey dick.
Mm-hmm.
Can you blame her?
But she ends up saving Gail later.
Oh yeah. And the girls are watching Shaun of the Dead, a classic, which is another one that deconstructed the zombie genre, is what, as people say, the Scream did to the slasher genre.
The dialogue around the film nerds in this, the Cinema Club, is pretty interesting.
No, I like it.
I think that's well done here.
No, Shaun of the Dead is definitely superior to every Scream movie but the first one, I'd say. They're probably on par with each other in my heart, because I love them a lot. But
Yeah, Scream did something different, and then it created its own whole thing.
and I love the guy, what's his name, who plays Ghostface? Can't remember his name now.
Ghostface. Is he in the suit in every movie?
No, he's the voice.
Just the voice? Okay.
Roger Jackson, that's it.
Oh, okay.
He,
Yeah.
I love his performance in this. There's a couple lines that he says, like, when he says, "This is not fucking Trevor." The way he says it just, like, really sells the vibe. I don't know.
The line delivery there, yeah, because there's some anger and some angst to this version of
Teen
Ghostface.
angst.
He ends up being in Olivia's closet, and she's the third victim. Walking around braless, like, oh, look at me on camera. I'm just a high school student with my boobies out. And you're like, Anyway, Gail is like, hey, Charlie and Robbie, we should, like, work together. You know, the Cinema Club, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, she wants to work with them.
Sydney fires her publicist at the hospital,
She
who gets murdered in the garage.
which is pretty cool.
I do
'cause
like that
how
scene.
they-
Like, parking garages are done a lot in movies. There's 2 that stick to my mind that I really like. This is one of them, and the other one's Drag Me to Hell. There's no death in that scene, but it's like the old gypsy, like, oops. But, like, that's what they...
a really enclosed parking garage with shitty lighting.
See, I didn't even, like, know that.
Never.
But I should educate myself on it. So this Romanian witch lady who curses the character attacks her in her car in the garage. Is that any less offensive? It's still racist, isn't it? Like, what the hell? Anyway,
I'm not qualified to make a comment on that, so I'm going to assume it
you
is.
got to be gay to survive.
Yeah, that's an
If that
interesting
helps.
take.
Oh, I love that part. I do like the idea of the Stabathon. You see people dressing up and going to it.
I thought gay characters get killed in horror movies.
No, I never
regularly.
saw anyone get fucking cheered on at a party when I went
Yeah.
to high school like that. So.
Bride of Chucky comes to mind. Her gay best friend gets fucking run over by a truck.
I don't remember gay people being particularly protected in horror movies.
But I think they were talking about 2011 times, so maybe then they're
Maybe.
trying to imply other horror movies are too woke.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, you have to look at what's going on around there at that time. But there was a lot of remakes. Like the Friday the 13th remake was that, 2009?
2009, yeah.
So this is shortly after that, and then shortly after the Friday.
Was
the
Nightmare on
thir-
Elm Street 2010?
Yeah, it's a very similar time frame.
Oh, another one of those Robert Rodriguez connections. He also directed The Faculty, written by Kevin Williamson.
Well, they go through, even Kirby's character later in the film goes through the whole fucking list of reboots and remakes and like fucking spews them all off like a goddamn encyclopedia.
That's why she's one of people's favorite characters and stuff.
She's fucking glorious, yeah. Way underrated as far as the whole franchise goes.
I love the two cops, you know, they're talking about the, what are their names? Haas and Perkins. Mm-hmm. They're talking about cops in movies rule. They always die if it's a horror movie, except with Bruce Willis. And then he says, you know, I'll be right back, and they call back to that bit, which is funny. They do that again in Scream 5, though, so it's kind of like overkill. But Perkins fakes his death, and then Haas gets stabbed, and this is one of my favorite fucked up kills in the Scream movies. He gets stabbed in the fucking forehead with a knife, and then he's like...
Wouldn't that be an instant kill? I mean, he's pretty active.
Well, if it's just the knife, it depends, to be honest. Because
Really?
It depends on where it hits the brain. So I said the exact same thing last night when I was watching this
so fucked.
with Liz, and I've heard of people getting shot in the head or shooting themselves in the head or whatever else that is, and still like being able to function. So him getting out of the car and walking.
You should read this story about the guy who had a fucking wrought iron. It was in like the 1900s.
Oh yeah,
he had it shoot through his fucking head, and he lived like another 30 years or some shit.
Yeah, because
It's still sticking out of his head.
Because the psychological
studies,
it changed his brain.
Yeah, he became a different fucking person.
Like his entire personality changed after that. What was Phineas Gage? That's his name.
There you go.
Yeah.
History lesson.
I'm a fucking nerd. But you already knew that.
I'm going to take a sound clip of that and add music to it. So every time we talk history,
yeah.
Kate goes to get groceries, and then she says, I'll be right back. And they don't say notice of it. Mm-hmm. And obviously, she's shortly killed after they realize Jill's picked up by Kirby. And she gets killed through the mail slot.
That's a fun kill because it's not something we've seen a million times in there.
Yeah.
The forehead knife stabbing, though, I was like, you know how much fucking force it would take to go through your skull? If they went through the eye, I would find it to be more believable, and then you've got the body horror element there. I wish they would have just gone through the eye.
He's got one of those Jinsu knives.
Because that
It's
wouldn't
still
necessarily
pretty
kill you.
terrible to think about dying that way, especially the way he was still aware for like a good solid minute.
But the
He's
thing
like,
that was pretty neat
"Fuck
is like
Bruce Willis."
the way like you see the
That's a little cheesy, but I let it slide because they're not taking themselves seriously.
you see like the kind of head like smash around where that knife goes in and like kind of
Smash his face with an iron.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, wait, no wonder Culkin's a killer in this. He learned it all from his brother.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we should just remake Halloween as a Scream film. Kevin is Ghostface.
Halloween.
Yeah, whatever. Gold jacket, green jacket. I'm just talking.
You Home Alone?
Well, it's like in Scream 5 when she's describing the stab movie, and he's like, you mean like Halloween?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Oh, yeah, so then they put in Stab 7 when they're back at Kirby's place. Come here. Mm-hmm. And Trevor shows up, and they're like, oh, there's this whole thing about, you send me a text. No, I didn't.
After the big party where Gail gets fucking hurt and she plants her cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting concept, but they already noticed that, so it felt like they could have left that out by them covering up the cameras. Now, finding the webcam, I thought was a much more interesting take.
Well, it was interesting because she was putting webcams and they had webcams up.
Yeah.
And then that character, Robbie, gets murdered. I'm gay. I mean, if it helps.
Yeah.
And then Charlie's at the door, and, you know, Sid's like, don't let him in if you can't trust him. And then she goes out. Well, they recreate the thing from the first Scream movie, which is obviously the first stab movie to them, where the boyfriend's tied up out there and asking her trivia, and she does that whole thing.
That's the
while
Drew Barrymore scene there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is a fun one.
But there's no gutting in there. Like, have you noticed that in all the Scream movies, that was like as gory as it gets is that first kill? Like the guts there. Like, we've never seen anything like for gutting someone with knives as they do in these movies. I'm going to gut you like a fish.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they've toned it down so
Dewey's
much.
death in Scream 5 was pretty fucked up. The way they stab... There's lots of blood, but it's not gore, so...
Yeah, there's no, like, guts falling
But it's
out
implied to be really fucked up, the way they, like, stab him and slice up him.
Yeah.
Kind of fish-really.
Off-scene, though. Off-screen.
They mentioned Peeping Tom. That first movie to put the viewer in the killer's point of view.
Which I appreciate. Anyone that loves the genre is going to love that, like, shot.
Right.
Shot
Well, it's
out.
because people will always tell you, Halloween's the first slasher movie. Black Christmas is the first slasher movie. Texas Chainsaw's the first slasher movie. Psycho's the first slasher movie. It just goes back until Peeping Tom, I think, is the earliest one that people try to claim is.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of.
And I've not seen Peeping Tom actually, so I can't speak on that. I should eventually.
We should cover some of the classics. We should go.
We
back
should
to
cover
that
all
and
the
Psycho.
movies that are mentioned in Scream, like Prom Night.
Yeah.
And, Peeping Tom. Nick's like, oh fuck myself.
Nick likes horror. He's not going to complain.
Not.
Nick complaining? No way.
I don't like Prom Night.
You like Psycho?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're going to review Prom Night anyway, probably
I actually
eventually.
watched
Just
all
once.
the Psycho movies.
We'll do
recently.
Prom Night in April.
I hear the Psycho sequels aren't too bad, actually. I haven't seen them.
I
But
like them.
Psycho 2
TV
I
show
actually
was
really
pretty
liked.
good.
I had the VHS of it. Bates Hotel.
Yeah.
And then Charlie stabs Kirby twice, and then leaves her to die. And she doesn't die, apparently, as we find out she's in Scream 6, which we love to see because she's a good character.
Well, that's so fucked up, too, because, like, she finally has a connection, and
She has, like, a little bit in Scream 5. There's a little thing on a thumbnail about her survival story or something. So.
yes, like, that's the teaser that she lived. No, but, like, when she dies, right before, like, she's starting to have this connection with Charlie, right? They start to have this, like, respect, and then he's like, you ignored me all this time yet? And I'm like, what a fucking drama king. Mm-hmm. Like, get over it, dude. The fact that she's talking to you now should be all that matters.
Then he grabs Sydney with a knife, and Jill reveals herself and stabs Sydney.
Yeah.
And they're trying to recreate the first movie or whatever, and Trevor's
kills.
tied up to be framed. And then she says, I'm not the girl you cheat on, shoots him in the dick.
That's the RoboCop scene from this, right? There's some call-outs in here that
No.
the RoboCop cock shot. I was like, damn.
How many fucking Tarantino movies have the dick shot in it, too?
Ooh, I don't know, but the RoboCop really just like sets the tone. I'm like, I'm glad that you're not just commenting on horror movies.
Here's my only problem with the Scream movies, that every one of them does. The villain always explains the shit out of their plan too much. Very much James Bondish. And it's like, they are making sure that they're not going to win. Although I will say, Jill came the closest
Yeah, I was like,
out of
just-
anybody.
Just kill Sydney. Come on.
Well, yeah, you just got to make sure the motherfuckers are dead.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she just stabs her in the stomach and leaves her.
Yeah. She dumb. And then she mimics it. No, after she fight clubs herself, which is awesome.
Yes, that's the other.
I was thinking Fight Club and Liar Liar.
No!
Fight Club, and I love how they all psych
I'm
themselves
kicking
up.
my own ass.
Exactly.
Do you mind?
Well,
The goddamn pen is blue.
it's so fucking great because up until like that table gets shattered, like you're like, okay, this is Fight Club vibes, and they're like, fuck it, we're going full Fight Club. We're not even gonna fucking pretend like we're not. And then she like looks at the table and goes, woo, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
it's
you just
fucking
the
glorious.
scene just keeps escalating for a minute there.
Yes.
It's funny because she does the knife on the shoulder, and you're like, okay, cool, we get it.
But there's no
and you-
fun speech about being fully funded.
And then goes and gets some scratch marks, and then does the hair pull, and you're like, okay, that's
Yeah,
enough.
puts
no,
the-
gotta run into the fucking painting wall thing frame, and then get all the glass in the face,
Yeah.
and then proceeds to stand up and be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump into this table.
Then, well, the nails and like the ripping her own hair out are like, god damn, you're dedicated to the craft here.
And then she is enjoying basically the spotlight. You find out, through her speech and everything, she's trying to be famous and all that.
That's the only part of this movie.
Well,
But
it's like the motivations of these killers gets worse as the movies go on, kind of. But
This one was just jealous of her.
and wanting fame.
Yeah, but her
essentially.
speech, though, I just felt was so contrived and so fucking cringeworthy that I really hated it when she was doing that. I would just say,
It's always that way. Besides the first one,
yeah. But it just like really pissed you off because like had they just left
Diane's
that speech
sister,
out, I wouldn't have given a fuck.
or Roseanne's sister.
Yeah.
she has, I
yeah.
guess, motivation that sort of makes sense, but even though it's poorly executed.
But
Yeah, I mean, in the first movie, there's the motivation, but in this one, she's just like, I had to grow up in your shadow. Like, bitch, she didn't
Well,
even
here's the
live
thing
here
too.
anymore.
Scream 5 completely ignores Scream 3 because Scream 3 says that Roman, Sydney's brother, actually is the one who convinced Billy and Stu to do their shit and manipulated them into doing it.
Uh-huh.
Retconning that, so anytime they're like, Billy and Stu started this. Nope. Roman started it, bitch. Watch the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying that was a good thing that Scream 3 did that. It wasn't. But
No,
they
but
did.
the fact that you're like, hey, we need Ghost Billy to be CGI de-aged to be in the back of the car
He just
talking
looks
to you.
bad.
Yeah.
He does not look young to me. He looks old as fuck still. I'm like, you de-aged him at what, like 35? How old is he, 50? And you de-aged him?
maybe she's imagining what he would look like today.
I mean, decomposed, if that's truly the character.
If he was
right?
still
They
alive.
just
Or
didn't do a
cremated,
good
I
job of
guess.
that.
Yeah,
Now-
they should have done like zombie makeup on him.
It's like, get the weird fucking...
That'd have been easier.
But Scream 6, the killer's going to be different.
Mm-hmm. Different.
So different motivation.
Is it a Nuprin?
Little yellow different.
Yeah. I
It's
hope
like
so.
Sometimes people just do things for money.
It's just really sad.
sad.
And that's just really sad.
It's a taste of a new
Let's
generation.
just talk about Wayne's World now.
I mean, that's just as fun.
We've never reviewed Wayne's
That's
World
way
movies,
more
but
fun
eventually
than
we'll have to get around
Oh,
to it, just for the
fuck
fun of
yeah.
it.
We need donuts for that,
Or,
though.
We needed lots of things. An Elliot donut.
Nuke's drink.
Let me read that back to you.
Yeah.
And a box
Why
of
is
5 holes.
If you kill a man, passion.
That's one of my favorite things. I didn't understand that line until I was like 12, and I was watching it for 12. When I got it, I think my parents took me to Best Buy for like my 12th birthday to buy shit instead of getting me shit.
Yeah.
And I like bought the DVD double pack, and I remember watching it that night and just being like, remembering both of those scenes in both of the movies, and just being like, this is the best thing ever.
His fucking dialogue is so good. Anyway, back to Scream. So we're killing everybody off.
Did you know, if you kill a man in the dead of winter, steam rises up from the wounds?
Exactly. No, and so Jill gets carted off to the hospital. Thinks Sydney's dead. She's talking to Dewey.
Yeah, I'm talking about the matching wounds.
Yeah. Which Dewey is so fucking
Which she shouldn't
stupid.
know about.
Oh no! Bum, bum, bum.
And it takes Dewey forever to fucking compute. He's like, then he realizes, and he comes in too late.
The killer, or they always do that. What they just say too much and something they shouldn't know.
Yep. Slips. Freudian slip.
So then you have that confrontation in there, which is not great.
No, I'll tell you what pisses me off.
I like seeing Dewey get beat in the head with a bedpan.
The bedpan's the best part of that whole thing. Like beating the shit out of somebody with the steel bedpan, fucking brilliant. I'm all for it. If it had piss and shit in it, it would have been even next level. Because
It
Sydney's
was
piss and
Sydney
shit.
piss.
Yeah, Sydney's own piss
in her
and shit.
menstrual blood.
What'd be even better is if afterwards he realizes, is that in Sydney's piss and shit?
And he starts eating it.
Oh, we just went to the darkest place
And he
on the
takes
web.
his pants off and he's just like, I'm fucking horny now. I'm gonna make a
With the way some of
make
these
a
are
lube out of her piss and shit. Hand me that bedpan. Is there any left? Fucking sweet soup of the gods.
Oh yeah, just like that. The defibrillator scene really pisses me off.
How does she not hear?
Shit eating?
No, a
How's
defibrillator
she
will
not
not
hear-
do that. A defibrillator will not shock if there is a heartbeat.
Well, regardless,
A defibrillator is supposed to restart your heart. So if you're going,
I thought it was when your heart has an irregular rhythm.
it can, yeah.
Is when
But
you're
it
supposed to
it
use it.
stops it and then it restarts.
Yes.
Regardless, she did
It's
not
like
hear it
rebooting your
charging up.
computer. You didn't hear
She's
it
like
charging
pulling-
up, and she
she's
does it
like
on the
doing the
sides of the
switches.
person's head.
Yeah.
Okay, and I get it. It doesn't kill her. Okay, so that's all fine and good.
Yeah.
But they're like, they make it look like she's dead.
Even though she's laying there with her eyes open. Yeah.
Overall,
Judy coming through and flying over the fucking bed is so stupid. And then she stands up like that is like almost the shit that is in Scary Movie. Like flying over the bed and be like, I got a bulletproof
I
vest
think
on.
well, Scream was always trying to do satire to a certain level, and it is still comedy. It's still horror comedy. It's more horror, but
It's
like
leaning
that's
in that.
what's funny about Scary Movie making fun of it. It's like you're just turning it into fucking Airplane. Basically, that's all they were doing, and it was
Yeah.
literally by the same people. So, or at least once the third one was. The first two were done more by the Wayans brothers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the fucking
And then Leslie Nielsen comes in 4, I think, right?
he comes in 3.
Is it 3?
The first 3 are good. I like the first 3. 4 I won't watch, or any of the spin-off ones.
Yeah, but you get her character, which is, I don't know.
I like her character up until the hospital scene.
Whose
because
character?
when she's about to do the
the deputy.
oh, you're talking about Hicks,
Oh, wait, who are we talking
Yeah,
about?
Judy Hicks.
who's named after Michael Bain in Aliens. Hicks. You just watched that recently, didn't you?
What?
Hicks. Aliens.
So,
It had to be a good movie to make Hick, and then the sequel Hicks, about a fucking redneck.
Oh,
Yeah. The first one's a solo story. The second story is about the family.
And then Hick 3. And then Hick Resurrection. And
that one's Jesus.
And then Prometheus.
Are we still going here? No. So the end of this movie is just kind of like...
And then Hick Covenant.
And then the movie just sort of ends.
That's where it really gets disappointing, because, like, I like the act of the Fight Club up through the sequence before you go to the hospital. It's like, okay, this is pretty cool.
When she's, like, wiping the shit out of her face because she's, like, trying to work herself up and is crazed, it works for me.
And, like, that's Jill's peak in this movie. Like, in the hospital, the fact that she's tearing off everything. Also, you tear off all these monitors, and there's no alarms that go off in your room. Like, the nurse's station...
at least for a second.
No, not until, like, way later.
Like,
all that would go off immediately. And granted, you're suspending disbelief, but come on now.
That's the brand of root beer Grandpa drinks in Lost Boys, Nick.
What?
That you were just messing with.
Hires? Mm-hmm. Hires root beer. How'd you figure that out? Didn't we try to figure that out before?
I did figure it out, and I found one.
Clearly, he solved the puzzle, Dana.
He did this research earlier, actually, and it's still made, possibly, but maybe not.
It's listed on the Dr. Pepper company's website as a previous product, but it looks like in 2020 it was most likely discontinued in favor of A&W brand, also owned by the same company.
Oh.
Anyway, so Scream 4 just kind of ends, and then you're like, well... And then you do the whole media thing at the end, like where everyone's like reporting on it.
Yeah, they do that at everyone.
I'm like, all right. I almost just wish they wouldn't have gone to the hospital, because that just
Originally, they didn't.
Really? They just ended it there?
But see, I do like it because it changes it just enough, and it doesn't drag on too much at the hospital. But yeah, Jill gets further than anybody else. Ghost faces. Like, she almost got away with it. If she had just killed Sydney, she would have.
I would have liked the ambiguity of them ending the movie not knowing if she was dead or,
Well, no, she wouldn't have
gotten away with it. The cliffhanger ending could have worked.
Well, she would have talked to Dewey, but then that wouldn't have convinced everything, I don't feel like.
No.
That could have still been like...
It wouldn't have held up in a court of law.
Yeah, possibly. But
she could have come
once
back
they go and find her
again.
killing Sydney, shit's over with. Once that happens, she can't win.
Dewey also said she might have lost some short-term memory, too, so she should have tried to see if Sydney would have remembered what happened.
Still came closer than anybody else, though. Everybody else died at the staging
scene of the crime, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fun one. I like 90% of the movie. There's about 10% in there that really I find kind of silly and stupid, but overall, I think it's the best Scream sequel besides the original.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. It's definitely my second favorite.
Like, there's moments I like in Scream 2, but I don't like the cast as much. And so I go Scream 1.
It's Jerry O'Connell that annoys me in that movie.
I know, I just don't like him, and it's nothing
Leave
personal.
Jerry O'Connell alone.
He's fine in other stuff. I don't hate the guy. Have you seen Piranha, the remake? Well, one of the remakes.
Piranha
He's good in that one.
3D and then 3 Double D, I think they did after that.
Well, there's also a 95 Piranha remake. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that one, but
Doesn't she mention that in her list of remakes?
She
does.
I think she listed Piranha, yeah.
He's in that, actually, which is funny because he's the porno shooter.
All right, Nick. Last question
The
before we
salad
wrap
shooter?
this up. Who are you sleeping with in this movie?
We didn't ask in the other movie.
I know, but
Party
we're
Monster.
asking now.
And the answer would have been Mia Kirshner.
In the Party Monster?
Yeah. The wife of Dylan McDermott. I've always had a thing for her. In this movie, Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Hayden Panettiere.
I'm going with
Pinata.
that answer also for Scream 4.
Oh, wait, hold
but
on.
for Party Monster, it's probably Macaulay Culkin.
No, hold on. Who's the publicist?
Allison Brie.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with her.
No, I'd be going with Hayden Panettiere. Kirby.
Because of her character, just because...
Both.
It'd be really close.
Fair. That's fair. I can appreciate that.
Close call.
She's what's known as a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you? Sydney? Gail?
He's old. Don't say anybody too young.
The mom?
Nick's older than me, you son of a bitch.
He still said Ed bitch.
I'm like a year older than you.
Allison Brie for sure, I think, yeah.
Okay.
I like her
That's
way
probably
better
the
in
most
other
respectable
movies.
answer you can give.
She's like my
Safe
age,
answer.
I think. So,
Safest answer, yeah. I like it.
I mean, you're 7 years younger than me, so, I mean, which makes what you and Nick do kind of breaking the rules here. You got a 9-year age gap.
What do we do?
You guys know what you do.
Tell us in detail.
That's behind a paywall, kids. All right, let us know what Scream movie you like better than Scream. And you're always wrong because the best Scream movie is Scream. But let us know your rankings of the Scream films and why Scream 4 is your number 2.
Are we going to do a ranking when we review Scream 6 next week?
We're going to have to stack rank them at that point because we're on the 6th
Is
film.
this going to be the last one, please?
No, have they stopped Friday the 13th movies?
Yeah.
They have a series, though.
That's mainly because of the legal issues.
I was going to say that's because of legal holdup.
The second series, actually, I should add.
Yes, this is true.
Although, yes, we know about the first one's not really the thing, but still.
All right, kids. Thanks for checking it out and let us know what you think.
Hope you don't get your dicks caught in your zippers. Good night.